Matt. I had a question I need to ask you.
Yeah.
A
Go
Pokemon
for it.
question. A Pokemon, as this is a Pokemon podcast.
Okay,
Um,
sure.
do you know how to evolve a Feebas?
A
I haven't looked
Feebas.
it up, but I need to know. Like, I know there was one way of doing it, and that was like a scale that you used on it, but like, I haven't found one since the one I had that I used to evolve my Feebas.
Um,
I don't
it
know how you're supposed to
depends.
evolve this. I got a shiny Feebas recently, and I need to evolve it.
What?
Yeah, and I don't know how
I'm
to do
so
it.
jelly.
I'm going to quickly look it up now, but I was wondering if you knew, if you had any idea of how to evolve it, because
I genuinely don't know.
is it a friendship thing? I know in the old games you used to have to get his beauty stat up in like contests, but like there's no such
I
thing in
I
this
feel
game.
like it's changed so much. Because I know on Pokemon Go you need to walk with it and then like you said on one of the older games you have to get its beauty stat or something up.
It evolves
I
into
feel like
I found
I
it.
feel like
It
they just give you a stone now.
it evolves into Melodic when leveled up with its beautiful condition high enough, or from Generation
Brilliant.
5 onward when traded holding a Prism scale.
I knew that they just made it easier as it goes up.
But I found a Prism scale once. I haven't found one again since, so I don't know how you find it. Okay, I
Oh,
gotta find out how you get one of these.
I'll have a look and see if
Oh,
on any of my
okay.
games I have a prism scale.
It's in the place where you got it originally, but it reappears over time. So I've just got to keep heading back there. There might be one there waiting for me.
Oh, sweet.
Cool. We gotta do some trades
Fair enough.
soon because I got a couple of
Yeah, we
Pokemon I
do.
need to trade to evolve now.
Nice. And I have some Pokemon that you need, or that I need to give to you.
Yeah, same here. I've still got that G-Max Gengar for you, the shiny one.
Oh, yes,
Ah,
you do.
do you want to know a sad story?
Go on.
Okay, so I've been playing a little bit of Pokemon Sword. I've been playing it really casually. Like I've been trying to get through it.
Yeah,
And at the moment I just beat B, who is where Alistair is in the other one. You know where the big mural is that the Copperager knocks
yeah.
down. I'm at that point. Like I was just doing max raid battles and just grinding out my levels and just trying to get them strong enough that I could just plow through the game, kind of. If you know what I mean? So
Okay.
like the Pokemon I had, I was just getting the candies from the max raid battles and just over leveling them so I could quickly run through the game.
Yeah.
Uh, so one max raid battle I did was a G Max Copperager, and I was like, oh
Nice.
cool, I'll do that. It was a
Oh, I
shiny
know what you're
G
gonna
Max
say.
Copperager, but I'm playing Pokemon Sword, not Pokemon Shield, where I've got all the good balls and everything. So
Oh no,
here's me
Tom.
trying to catch it with a Great Ball, and you know how that
And it
story's
ran
going to end.
away. Oh, Tom.
I let
That
a
makes me want
shiny
to
G Max
cry.
Copperager go. I'm so sad.
Ouch.
so, so sad.
That
Man,
is
yeah,
depressing.
it was really depressing. I haven't come down from that sadness yet. But I did
Although
get a lot of shinies this month.
I feel like they're making shiny, like especially shiny Gmax raids, like really popular. Like
I
everywhere on
I
YouTube and stuff, I seem to like people are just like
I
sharing
was gonna
videos
say
of
this.
shiny
Yeah.
Gmax raids.
I don't know whether it's because they I don't know, the odds are better or something, or that people have just found out a way to hack in shiny raids now. Because I keep finding shiny raids like more often than you'd expect. Like I found a few now.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Um,
like the amount of times you've messaged and saying, "Look what I caught from
that's the other one
a
I got.
max raid," and it's like shinies.
I got a shiny Wooloo, didn't I? From a raid.
You did,
Yeah,
Gremlin.
yeah, yeah. So I got that one. Yeah, and obviously I got the G-Max Machamp, I got the G-Max Gengar, I found a G-Max Copperager, like so many different random like G-Max shinies that I found that
That's insane.
or just shiny Pokemon from raids, like the Ninetales I caught as well.
That's so cool.
And I've been doing random trades still on Wonder Trade and the trade system in Pokemon Home, and I've managed to get a few more this month. Notably, I got a shiny Riolu.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I got a Budew as well, like a shiny Budew. There's a few that I got, so I'm quite
Nice.
excited to. I'm still working on them at the moment, though. It's taken a while to train them up the casual, slow way.
Sweet.
Have you
I
been doing
am.
that, by the way? Sorry.
I've not actually been on Shield at all
Oh,
since we last spoke. When I said I was going to, I've not actually been
you're gonna try and do
on
the
it yet.
dailies, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I lied. I lied. I've not done it.
Oh man, you're missing out. Like
Well,
it's just
I
casual
have
play.
been on home basically every day. I've
Ah,
got quite a few more shinies.
yeah.
To list a few, uh, shiny Gyrantia,
Sorry,
um,
Giratina.
Giratina. That's the one. I can never pronounce it.
Nice.
Um, I got a shiny Raikou,
Wow.
um, another shiny Reshiram, and a shiny Tyrogue.
Oh, nice.
Oh, and a Bayleaf.
A Bayleaf. I
Yeah,
really want a shiny Chikorita because they're just like a
and a
cute little
Porygon
autumn
Z.
baby. Oh, what? That's so cool.
It looks really funky.
Ugh,
It's
man.
really pretty.
Anyway, welcome to Payday. This has been a
Welcome
while.
to Payday, where I'm going to mispronounce Pokemon names all day.
Payday, a Pokemon podcast hosted by me, Tom, and
Me, Matt.
hey. All right.
Sweet.
So this is a monthly Pokemon podcast where we talk about our month in Pokemon, some things that have happened, what we've been up to, just basically like, and we play a couple of games. It's just basic fun Pokemon chat, like little chat
Yeah,
show every month.
that's basically it. That's what we
Yeah,
do.
man. So
But it's fun.
uh, we also talk about what we spent our money on Pokemon wise, but we're in the middle of a quarantine, so it's kind of a lot less at the moment. But
Yeah. Although I did buy something Pokemon related this month.
oh, do tell, go for it.
It was that Pokemon case that for the Switch games that you bought.
Oh, you bought the
I also
Pokedex
have one
case.
now.
Nice.
Yeah, I really like it. It's pretty.
I also bought a Pokemon related product this month. I bought
Cool.
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon DX on the Switch.
Nice. I did wonder if you were going to buy it or not.
Yeah, it was kind of I wouldn't say an impulse buy, but like I fancied a couple of new Switch games during this quarantine. Oh, that happened to just be one of the ones I bought, and I haven't played it tons. I played about 6 hours of it, but it is really
I
fun. It's a
mean,
nice casual game. It's one of those ones I play while I'm watching something.
let's face it. What else are we going to do during quarantine? Because we can't go out.
I know some people I feel like are struggling a lot with quarantine, but I'm really not. I've been in quarantine for nearly a month now, and I'm quite happy. If I'm honest, I'm accustomed to this
Yeah.
way of life now. I'm not ready to go back to the real world. Like,
I mean, I've still got to go to work, so I walk to and from work, so that's
oh man,
technically
yeah,
my exercise. Um, I've got the luxury of having a balcony, so I can sit in the sun if I want to. Um, but I do get annoyed. Little rant, just of all the
go for it.
people that don't take this quarantine seriously
Yeah,
and go out and about. Like, there was a family that lived across the road from me on Easter Sunday packing up their car with cool boxes, picnic blankets, and towels and strapping their kids into the car. Obviously
really.
going to the beach. Yeah, obviously going to the beach. So I very sarcastically said, enjoy your day out to the beach during quarantine.
Wow.
Yeah. That was slightly annoying, but what can you do?
Yeah, I get you. I've been doing a lot.
Although a lot
And
of people are taking it seriously, but you know, it's just a few. But
yeah,
anyway, quarantine, play video games,
yeah. I was going
can't
to say to
complain.
you, this is one of the main things I wanted to talk to you about. Actually, what have you been up to in quarantine so far?
Well, Final Fantasy VII Remake was just released,
Oh, is it
so
good?
I've been playing. Oh my god, Tom, it's so good.
Because I've
Like,
recently in the last 3 weeks or so I had to retire my PS4.
I know, I felt absolutely devastated for
It
you.
it was dying for a while, and like it hasn't fully died yet, but it's getting there. And I have a copy of the horror game PT on there, and I do not want to lose it. So
Yeah.
uh,
When you say dying, do you mean like the fans are just slowly giving up?
it's just
really
slow.
slow and
Yeah,
oh,
it's
that's really
just very
sad,
very
man.
slow, and like the internet doesn't pick up very easily on it. Like it's just dying. It's how many years old now at this point? 6 years old.
I was gonna say you've had it for a long time.
Yeah, and it's been around all around Europe with me. Like I travelled to France with it and back a few times, and like
Yeah, you did.
I've moved house with it a couple of times, and like it's gone through a lot over the last 6 years, and like it's had a lot of use, and I feel like it's
It's
time to
lasted you a
retire
long
it.
time.
Yeah, and I would buy another one, but once all this quarantine's over, I'm probably going to be moving in with Freya, so like she's got a PS4, and there's no point in us having two PS4s in one house. So
Oh, you're gonna move in together. That's so cute.
I'm moving into
Dirt.
her mum's house for a bit, and then eventually we're going to find a place to live.
Oh, that's so cool, dude.
It's finally happening. Yeah, I know it's been a long time coming. We've been together like 5 years now, and it's only just started to happen. But it's
I was
so
gonna
good.
say it's about time you live together.
Yeah. Sorry. Go back to Final Fantasy VII. Let's talk about it.
Oh my god, Tom, it's so good. It's
Yeah.
so good. It's obviously it's just part one, so it's just Midgar.
Oh, what? The
Um,
whole game's not in there.
no, it's not the whole game. They're releasing it in stages, aren't they? Did you not know that?
So, do you have to pay all that money again to play the next game?
Yeah, basically. And I spent
Oh,
£80 on
that's
the deluxe
cheap.
edition. What they're doing is they're essentially delving into the story a lot more. So they're giving all the characters, like main characters, like more depth to them. So you know when you played like the demo,
Yeah.
and there was a lot more interaction with Jesse.
Yeah.
That's basically what they're doing is they're trying to tell the story a bit more. Because on the PS1, obviously you've got to scroll through all this text
Yeah. Yeah.
and read all this text. And although it is like one of my all-time favorite games, it's boring to read all this text all the time. So they're
Yeah.
delving into the
For
story
sure.
a bit more. They're telling this story. They're adding a bit more to it. So it's not basically the same game. It's the game that we love, but with extra parts to it.
So, how many hours
Um,
is it then, Midgar? Have you finished the
they
game yet then?
recommend. No, I've not finished it. They reckon it's about 50 hours
What, just for Midgar?
just for Midgar.
Okay, alright. Well, if you get your
So
money's worth out of it, okay, fair. But
yeah, you know, like when you play and you start the game and you go into like Sector 7 slums
yeah,
and you're dossing around, and you're literally there for a couple of minutes, aren't you?
yeah.
Not very long. Like this game, you're in there for hours.
Okay, so they've
Just
really fleshed it
yeah.
out, like made it a
They're basically like bulking it out. I don't know. It's the way I'm describing it. It sounds like they're just making it last longer, but they're just adding more story to it. I mean, they
okay.
are adding like filler missions and things and little bits and pieces and side quests for you to do, but it's all story related.
So
Um,
is your opinion of it positive then, considering that it's only just Midgar that you're doing? Like,
I fucking love it, Tom.
okay,
It's so good.
that's good. Okay, I'm glad.
There are a lot of people that are moaning and saying I'm not buying it because it's just part one, but
Yeah.
you know, if you're a hardcore fan, you'll buy it and play it. If not, then fair enough.
Because I heard they were planning on doing it episodic a couple of years ago, and then I
Yeah.
hadn't heard anything about it since. And I was literally thinking about it yesterday. I was like, I wonder if they actually did make it episodic. And I was like, I haven't heard anyone say that, so I guess not. I guess they brought out the whole game, but no.
I mean, to be fair, it is a massive game. Even
Yeah,
on the PS1, like you're looking at
4 discs.
yeah, 3 or 4 discs, but you're looking at like into double figures of hours, even triple to complete.
Yeah, I get you.
So it came with 2 discs. Like one disc was just the installation disc.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's such a big game.
Jesus. Okay.
But the scenery is just absolutely incredible. The graphics are amazing. It's just mind blowing. Love it.
Right, let's
Anyway,
move on
let's go
to
back to
something else.
Pokemon because this is a Pokemon
Well,
podcast.
I mean, I do want to talk about Pokemon, of course, but I want to also talk about what else you've been up to in the quarantine. Have you been up to anything else? It doesn't have to be Pokemon related, but Pokemon related,
Um,
also good.
no, I've turned into a slight alcoholic, just sitting on the balcony and drinking because
Nice.
you know there's sunshine and what else do you do?
I get you. I get you.
Yeah. Apart from that, and just working, of course.
That's pretty cool, though. I mean, it sucks you have to work, but I guess you're making money.
Yeah.
Like,
Although I just checked my rota yesterday,
yeah.
and next week I'm doing 2 days and I have 5 days off.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah,
That's
so
the
I'm
problem
doing
with
my
this.
16 hours in 2 days.
I wish we could hang out more, because, like, ideally, in an ideal world, me and you could be hanging out all the time right now, but we have
This
to
would
do
be
it
amazing,
over
yeah.
Skype like we are now. Because I thought
Yeah.
maybe this would be over by now, but it's not going to be over for a long time.
It kind of sucks for me because they've dropped my hours back to my contracted hours, which is fine. But I was working about 40 hours a week, so I was making,
Yeah.
nice money. Now I'm earning pennies.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, so I'm having to work and get less money.
Oh, that is really sad. I'm sorry to hear that,
Yeah,
dude.
whereas most people are getting 80% of their wages paid to stay at home.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
making less money to go to work.
Oh, buddy.
It's really sad. But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It's fine.
Okay, so me, on the other hand, I've been trying to fill my time. it's been quite nice. I've been playing a lot of video games. I've been playing Zelda: The Wind Waker on Wii U.
Nice.
That's been really fun. But then there was a moment last week where I went down to cook dinner and I left the game on, and I hadn't saved it for a couple of hours, and the game decided to power itself off. So I lost like
No.
two dungeons worth of time, which is a lot in
Oh,
Zelda.
that's so annoying.
And I haven't had the heart to go back to it since. And I was really enjoying myself. But like, you know, when like that happens, you know, when you like say you're playing like, do you remember like old school Final Fantasies when you didn't save for a long time, then you died and you were like suddenly were all the way back at this point, and you were like, oh my
Yep.
god. Like I'm
Yeah,
sure
you
you've
put
done
the
it in
game down,
Pokemon too. Like you've accidentally
you
turned it off without
stress, walk
saving.
away,
Yeah.
and then you don't get back to it for days. Yeah, Pokemon is like the all-time classic for that, especially on
But
the Game Boy. The
when you were a
battery runs
kid,
out,
yep, yeah, exactly. It's like
and
that.
you've not saved it for hours.
I've just lost so much progress that like I know I could get it back in a couple of hours, but I feel so demotivated that I can't do it right now.
It's because you've got to do it all over again. You've spent hours getting to that point, and you know you've enjoyed most of it, but some of it is, let's face it, a bit grindy.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
you lose all that progress, and you're like, for fuck's sake, I've got to do that all over again.
Well, that's the thing, because at that point it's not fun anymore. It's work because you're just trying to get back to where you were.
Yeah.
So like, you know, eventually I will when my strength returns for that game. I'll come back to it. But
I mean, thank God for autosave on most games these days.
I've been playing casual Pokemon. I haven't been playing it heavily because like
Yeah.
I've been playing Shield every day, doing my like daily jobs and leveling up Pokemon, and I've been doing random trades here and there. I haven't completed Platinum. I got to this point that it's just pure grind, and I forgot how much I hate this about Gen 4. That like suddenly you get to this point where you're really underleveled and you've got to level up your Pokemon, but the Pokemon you battle to level you up are just so low level that everything just feels like it's taking forever, and
Yeah.
I lose all enthusiasm at that point, and I just can't do it. So I
I have to admit, like, since 7 remakes arrived, I tidied away the DS.
oh no, that's a shame. But
yeah.
I understand though.
It'll come back out again.
One of the other games I bought alongside Mystery Dungeon was Diablo 3. Have you ever played Diablo?
I have.
Diablo is insanely good. Like, I didn't think I'd enjoy it as much. I've never played it before. I've never really seen it before. But, oh man.
I can't say I'm a fan.
Really?
And it's for such a stupid reason, but it's something that I cannot get over.
Go on.
It's the angle.
Yeah, okay, I thought that too, but I actually really enjoy the angle. At first I was kind of like, I don't know how I feel about this, but the more I play it, the more I love it.
I can't get over it. Like I can't feel like I can't immerse myself with it because it's that weird sort of
For me,
angle.
I don't really pay too much attention to the story. I've just been really enjoying the leveling up and the like kind of customizing my character and picking a class and like going on adventures kind of idea of it. Like,
see, that's what I like about a game, but I like to be able to view my character in like close up, but you can't.
no, but I
like to be able to sort of see, like, if I'm customizing my character with different armor, leveling them up, I like to see how they progress, but you can't. I suppose you can, but not as well as I'd like to.
No, that's fair. But like, I feel like that is a kind of plus point for it in a way, because now you can play 4-player local co-op on that game, and 4 of you can jump in as a different character each and like play together. Because of that angle, you can all fit on one screen. There's no split screen involved, so like it is really good.
It doesn't limit the amount of space. Yeah, that's a good point.
My brother and I have been playing it every night. Like my brother Will and I, we like pick it up every night. He picks up a controller, I pick up a controller, and we just play together. And like, it's been really fun. Yeah, it's just a nice like chill kind of party game for me, like a fun like adventure game. But
yeah, that's fair enough.
Every single morning now as well for the last 3 weeks, I played Animal Crossing for a couple of hours.
How is it? I've seen so many people posting pictures and stuff online,
It's
and I've
fun.
not got it, but
it's really fun. I really, really love it. Freya's obsessed with it. She plays it for way longer than I do every day. But
I've never played an Animal Crossing game, so can you briefly explain to me what it's about, and to anyone listening that doesn't know what Animal Crossing is?
People may not agree with me on this, but I was having a chat with my brother about this yesterday. Okay, so you know how when you play Minecraft,
yeah,
most of the enjoyment is just how chill it is. Like, you're having a chill time, you're building stuff, you're like,
you can basically do your own thing, create your own little base or
Yeah, in a similar
customize
way,
things the way you want.
in a similar way, Animal Crossing has that feel to it. Like it's not as big as Minecraft where you can build whatever you want and wherever you want and do this sort of thing. And it's not like a sandboxy kind of game, but it's so chill. When you play it, you just feel all your worries go away. It's just really like relaxing play.
Do you have like a little island that you live on and like little NPCs that you can interact with?
Yeah, basically. So the start of the game is you picking which island you want to go to, and it gives you like a variety of different maps that you can pick. And then you go to this
Yeah.
island and you start off with just two villagers with you and some people that have helped you set up the island. And you've got
Okay.
bare bones, and they basically just teach you how to like make campfires and like hatch fish and catch bugs and stuff. And then the more you play and the more you do things and collect things and build stuff, the bigger your options get, and suddenly you're like creating this community in this town. Now I've got like 10 villagers living on my island, and I've got like a shop. I've got shops built, and I've like built roads, building like and there's a museum, and there's just so much stuff. Like the town just keeps getting bigger, and the world just keeps feeling more alive, and like it's just so fun. Like every day, like it's not a game you play for hours on end. I mean, for some people it is,
No.
but it kind of gets a bit grindy after a while because you're just fishing and catching bugs and stuff. But like for 2 hours or so a day every day, I just go on in the morning and I do my like various little rounds, and I pay off my house loan to make my house bigger and things like that. And it's just really, really relaxing.
That sounds like good fun actually.
It is the
I've seen
perfect
so
game
many
for
people like
quarantine.
posting online like about like come and join my little village or my little island or
Yeah,
who's online at the moment to play with, come visit my shop.
you can make your own custom designs, and I've made like a custom design for like a Mimikyu, which I wear as a t-shirt, so I can wear a Mimikyu t-shirt on the island. And like
That's amazing.
I made a little Pokeball picture, and I hung it on my wall, and I've made like a market stall with a Pokeball on it, so like it's like the Pokemon shop on my island.
Oh, that's really cool. I
Yeah,
love it.
and also it's just really, really good. Like I couldn't recommend it enough. It's so much fun.
I might have to look into getting this.
Anyway, more things that aren't Pokemon. Sorry guys, this is going to be a bit of a slog, but then we will get onto Pokemon. But this is
I
important.
should
This
probably
is
put
what.
in the notes like if you want to skip through to the actual Pokemon part.
Yeah, I will. I'll put something in the show notes. But yeah, like it's kind of fun, I think, just to talk about what we've been up to during the quarantine, because I've been kind of busy.
Yeah, I mean the quarantine has been quite a stressful time for I think all of us.
Yeah, it has. So any way you can kind of just relax and enjoy yourself is just important, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
I've been playing Digimon on the Switch, Cyber Sleuth,
Digimon,
and I've been watching the
nice.
Digimon anime, and I've been having a blast. Digimon is so good. Like I forget how good Digimon is. Like
I do love Digimon.
it's so good. It's better than like I ever thought it was when I was a kid or something. Like it's just the anime's better than the Pokemon anime. Unpopular opinion on a Pokemon podcast, but I've been really enjoying the Digimon anime recently, and it's really good. I've like
Fair
watched.
enough.
I've got the first season on DVD, and I've watched the first two discs already, and like they're about 5 hours all in all. Like, so I've
You
watched a
brought them
lot.
over once upon a time, didn't you? And we sat and watched them.
Yeah, yeah. We've watched. I've watched up to just past where we got up to, so I've watched quite a bit.
That's really cool.
Uh,
Yeah, I
I've
do
been,
enjoy the anime.
I've been watching a lot of like old fantasy movies from the 80s, like The Dark Crystal, Conan the Barbarian, and The Princess Bride, as well. That's
Nice.
been really fun. And I recently watched all the Hobbit movies again, and I started watching the Narnia movies. You know, that The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Yeah.
That one's good. I
I tell you
started
what,
the next
this
one.
is such a good like time to do this because you can bung that on in the background, and you can sort of semi pay attention, and you can also play on your Switch or whatever.
Exactly, that's what I've been doing. Yeah, Animal
It's
Crossing.
just ultimate chill time.
Yeah. The Narnia films are bad. Sorry, but they're bad. I can't get through the second one. I turned it off. I couldn't care less about what was happening.
Are these the really old ones or the newish ones?
The Narnia ones, like the
Yeah.
I guess they're kind of newish, but they're not that new anymore.
Because you got like they remade them, didn't they, a long time ago? I say a long time ago, like a couple years ago.
Did they?
I want to say. I don't know. I feel like I went to the cinema probably like about 10 years ago to watch one.
Yeah, I feel like it's that one then. 10 years ago.
Yeah. Because they were a lot older, weren't they?
Yeah.
Or maybe
yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. I'm confused.
I don't know, dude. I think I've lost you here as well.
Maybe I've lost the plot.
What else I've been doing, which I've been really enjoying, is going back through all my old vinyls. I've been getting all my vinyls out, and I put them all in alphabetical order, and I've been listening to them all in order
Sorting things. I like sorting things.
and listening to them. It's been really nice just going through all my vinyls and just like listening to everything back to back, like and while I'm just hanging out playing video games and stuff. Like, it's just really fun.
That's really cool.
And
Yes, because you
baking.
sent me a picture of your I Prevail final.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I sent you a few.
That's so cool.
But the other thing I got really into, I've actually stopped recently because I'm starting to feel the negative effects of it, is baking.
I mean, I'm just going to interrupt you there. How the fuck are you baking? Because there's no flour.
Well, luckily we have like a box at home full of baking stuff, and we happen to have quite a lot of flour in there. So like I have.
Because every time I've been to Sainsbury's, I cannot get flour.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, but luckily I had some already, so it wasn't too bad. What I couldn't get hold of was yeast to make bread, so I haven't been able to do that.
You
But
should probably stop baking, Tom, and sell that flour on eBay because you can probably make loads of money right now.
I feel like I've used it all now. I've stopped because I'm
Oh,
starting
no,
to feel like
Tom.
I'm putting on weight, and I don't. This is the perfect time to lose weight as well, so I'm trying to do
It's
that
probably
instead.
like gold dust right now.
Do you want to know what I've baked so far, though?
Yes, please.
Okay, so the first thing I made was a chocolate fudge cake, classic.
That sounds amazing.
Then I made a Victoria sandwich cake.
Nice.
Then I made banana bread, honey
Oh,
pudding,
yes.
coffee and walnut cake,
That sounds absolutely amazing.
carrot cake,
Nice.
brookies, which are cookie dough on the bottom and brownie on the top.
Oh my
yeah,
god.
that's good. And then I also made mocha brownies as well, because the carrot and walnut cake I made, I had way too much coffee icing left over, so I made brownies and then topped them with the mocha icing, and then had mocha brownies.
That sounds absolutely incredible.
Yeah, so now
I'm
they're on
literally
hold
dribbling right now.
because I'm fat now, because I
'Cause
haven't
I'm
been doing
fat.
anything. I've been sitting around at home just eating cake all day. It's funny that doesn't work very well for your waistline. So I'm now on like
No, I can
fasting
imagine.
and being good and losing weight.
I can't even get hold of gluten-free flour because I'm now a gluten-free hipster. Yay.
Oh yeah, you're one of those people.
I'm one of those, yeah. Unfortunately. Because
Okay,
Toby wants to get some flour to bake some bread. I want to get some flour to bake some gluten-free stuff.
things.
But just, yeah. Things, but
Oh.
can't.
Okay, shall we finally talk about Pokemon?
I suppose if we have to.
I mean,
Tom.
we've briefly talked about Pokemon, but shall we talk about Pokemon, Matt?
Should we actually get into the main reason for this podcast?
Well, to be honest,
Pokemon.
I don't have a big topic to talk about Pokemon wise at the moment because not a lot's been happening.
No.
A Pokemon named Zarude. Have you heard of Zarude? The
No.
grass dark type mythical monkey Pokemon that's coming to Pokemon soon.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of it.
Yeah, it recently had a new move that they announced that at level 90 it learns a move called Jungle Healing that
Jesus.
heals. That basically heals it heals your Pokemon and your ally Pokemon to full health and removes all status conditions.
Nice.
And people say like it's a good move, but like a bad Pokemon because it's a shitty grass and dark type, which means bug type moves hit 4 times. It's going to be frail. It's going to go down so easily, but it's going to be amazing for max raid battles because, I mean, assuming
Yeah.
it hits all the Pokemon like Life Dew does, like you could fully heal all your like ally Pokemon and like remove all status conditions and stuff, which is like so helpful when you're in a max raid battle. So like I guess there is some utility for it, and it's probably the best time to bring in a Pokemon that can do that sort of thing. Is the generation where max raid battles are so important. But
That's it.
I mean, yeah. Other than that, I don't think it's very underwhelming, this Pokemon. But still, I like it. I think it's kind of cool looking.
Well, we'll see how they go with it. I'm sure
Yeah.
it'll be good.
Looks a little bit like Mojo Jojo from Powerpuff Girls. Man.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So instead of actually talking about a subject of Pokemon, we're just going to move on to our Pokemon games because they take a while as well. Like this is, we try
Yeah,
to keep
they
this
do.
kind of around like an hour and a half is like kind of my sweet spot for this show. So like, let's get into some games, Matt.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we're going to play Pokemon Show and Tell. Okie dokie. Matt,
Yeah.
who wants to go first, you or me?
Can I guess first?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so in this game, both Matt and I have brought a Pokemon in, and the other person has to guess. We've got a series of information that we'll give out each stage, and the other person has to basically guess a Pokemon until they narrow it down to the right Pokemon. We are allowed to use the
I
internet.
always
You are
struggle with
allowed
this.
Yep. You're allowed to use apps or whatever you need to help you, but yeah, it's pretty simple.
I'm going to
Uh,
go first and struggle first.
okay, cool. So yeah, and basically once we've worked it out, we'll then talk about a few things about the Pokemon. We'll talk about various things whatever we want to talk about really.
Sweet.
Okay,
Okay,
right. I'm going to start then. Matt, my
let's do it.
Pokemon I'm thinking of is a Dark type.
A dark type. Is it Houndoom?
No, it's not. Uh,
Okay.
okay, an attack that it has. Let's say Fake Out.
Fake out.
Yep.
Oh. Oh God. See,
Okay,
already struggling.
at this point you could probably just guess any Dark type Pokemon because a lot of Pokemon have Fake Out.
Ah, Christ, man. Um, I feel like most of them probably have fake out. This is difficult actually because I want to start asking questions, but I can't.
Nope, you just got to guess.
Right. Is it Murkrow?
Nope, it's not. Okay, Matt,
Okay.
this is a Generation 5 Pokemon.
Okay. Is it Purloin?
It is! Oh my god.
Ah,
That was good.
yes.
Good job, dude. Holy
Do you
shit.
know what? It's isn't it? Is it still your buddy Pokemon?
It is my little buddy
Yeah,
Thrifty,
that's why.
which I'm gonna now take a moment just to have a go at our friends from Blastburn Radio, who recently finished their podcast, and I'm very, very sad. It was I was really sorry to see them go. But in their last episode,
Aww.
they talked about how much they hate the Pokemon Purloin, and triggered me because Purloin's a cutie and he's sweet and nice. And
That's really depressing because I know how much you like
my
Purloin.
little buddy Thrifty, we're nearly best friends on Pokemon Go. We're so
We're
close.
nearly best friends.
We're so close, so close. I've run out of
Oh
coins to
man.
buy Poffins to give him, so I'm just feeding him berries slowly every day. We'll get there.
Poffins. That's so cute.
Alrighty then.
Wow,
So
that was a lot quicker than I thought it was.
you got that very quickly. You said it was hard, and then you got it on the third guess, I think. So you did good.
Yeah.
Alright, so Purloin. This is my Pokemon. I would give it an Adamant nature and the ability Prankster. Adamant makes its attack high and its special attack low. And Prankster is a move that gives an ability, that gives priority to status conditions. So like any
Okay.
moves like Thunder Wave and stuff always hit first.
Yeah.
So pretty handy ability to have.
Nice.
I would invest its EVs in HP and attack, both full out. And the reason I'm not doing speed, which I normally would, is because I'm giving it a lot of priority moves.
Fair
Okay,
enough.
so here
So they
are
would
the
go
4
first
moves.
anyway.
Yeah, so basically with these moves in mind, they'll always hit first.
Nice.
So I would give it Fake Out. So this only works on turn 1, but it also flinches a Pokemon, which is great.
Yeah.
I would give it Sucker Punch, which always hits first if the opponent's attacking. So you get your hit in there.
Yeah.
I would give it Thunder Wave, so Paralyze, and I'll
Nice.
give it Encore. So if a Pokemon's trying to set up, you can lock it into being set up while you just slowly chip away at it, or something like that to stop it from attacking you.
That's cool.
And yeah, I would pair it with an offensive fairy or flying type Pokemon, because it's basically being used as utility. You're using it to Encore and Thunder Wave, and like Sucker Punch is just defensive rather than trying to actually knock any Pokemon out.
Yeah.
So Togekiss is like the perfect Pokemon because it's a fairy and a flying type, and like it can,
Togekiss.
yeah, it makes up for its weakness to like fighting types and bug types because you got the fairy and the flying type to counter those.
Yeah.
But if you're playing Little Cup, which to be honest, you're not using a Purloin in any kind of big league matches.
Yeah.
If you're using it in Little Cup, which is just for basic Pokemon, then I guess I haven't really looked into this a lot, but I guess Natu would be a good Pokemon to fit it with because it's psychic and flying, which also counters fighting and bug.
Yeah.
So I guess
do like a
Natu.
Natu.
Is
Sweet.
there any trivia on this Pokemon? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just having a look online now to see if there's any funky trivia on
Fair
Purloin.
enough.
God, I'm just scrolling through endless graphs at like tables.
Yeah.
No, there isn't. Okay. What an anticlimax. All right, Matt.
Anyway,
Let's move on to your Pokemon then.
are you ready to guess, Tom?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, so it's an electric type.
Pikachu.
It's not Pikachu.
Okay.
An attack it can learn is Electro Ball.
Oh. Is it Galvantula?
It's not.
Okay.
It is a Generation 4 Pokemon.
Gen 4. Okay. Okay, Gen 4, Gen 4. Is it Shinx?
It's not.
Okay.
It has a second type, which is Ghost.
Oh, now we're getting there. Okay, I know what this is now. Cool. It's Rotom.
Yeah, I knew this would. Yeah, I knew this would give it away. It is Rotom.
Man, that's good. You got it faster than I did this time.
I absolutely love Rotom.
Rotom's a great Pokemon.
Although I feel like I should mention that it does come in like several other forms.
Yeah, his
So you
second
have
type
like
is fire, water,
yeah,
ice, flying, grass, and ghost.
yeah. So it has many different forms.
Oh man, what a great Pokemon Rotom is.
I do love it just because obviously it's a ghost type.
You like it in its base form, don't you? Just as ghost.
Yeah, just plain like ghost electric.
Yeah.
It's got quite a high special attack and nice speed for its base stats. I'm not sure what nature I would give it really.
I always usually run a timid nature, which lowers its attack stat but heightens up its speed, so it's faster.
Yeah, speedy boy.
I like a speedy one, personally.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm keeping it as a base ghost, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I would always keep mine as a base ghost.
Oh, I don't.
You don't?
I've got
Fair
three
enough.
that I've got in my competitive box that are ready. There's a fire type one, there's a water type one, and there's a grass type one.
Nice.
And they're all great.
They're all pretty cool.
Yeah.
I do like them. Move-wise, I'm not really sure what moves I would give it.
No.
I would probably stick with. Let me just have a quick look and see.
Yeah,
what
I'll have a look
moves
as well.
it can learn. I feel like once I have a quick gander.
Okay, let's see what moves it can learn. Yeah. Substitute's always good. I like a substitute. What else can he learn? Will-O-Wisp is a great move as well.
I was just about to say Will-O-Wisp is a good one. I would probably have Hex on there.
Yeah, because you're using it with the Will-O-Wisp, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, I like that. I like a Shadow Ball because it's a ghost-type stab, and maybe Volt Switch or Thunderbolt. I think Volt Switch would be good because you can switch out when you attack, and you can pivot into something else. That's personally what I would do anyway.
Yeah, that's cool. Let's go with that.
Alright, cool. I like that.
Nice. Sweet
Alrighty.
dude. But yeah, that's Rotom. I love Rotom. I think it's an amazing Pokemon.
Yeah, I think it's great as well. I honestly don't know what I would pair it with. Off the top of my head now, I'm thinking like a move like Hyper Voice. I'm not sure because I don't really try it very often, but if Hyper Voice hits your opponent and you as well, like basically it wouldn't hit Rotom because he's a ghost type, so I guess that's a good little combo.
Yeah, that'd be quite cool.
I have no idea. Yeah, might you guys let us know at Pokemon Payday on Twitter
if anyone's got like a competitive team with a Rotom on it.
Yeah,
what you would pair it with, moves and stuff.
Alrighty, enough of this. Let's move on.
Okay. Next section. Next.
Right. Move along. Alright, okay. We are going to be ranking the top 10 Johto Pokemon this month. Last month we did the Kanto Pokemon. This month we're doing the Johto Pokemon.
Yes, we are.
And we're going to bring forward 10 Pokemon each that we think are worthy of being in the top 10 of all Pokemon found in Johto. Basically, we're going to debate until we get down to a concise list of 10 Pokemon and a number order of what we think are the best.
I wonder if we're going to have any crossovers on this one.
I feel like we'll probably get a couple.
We had Gengar.
And that was it, wasn't it?
Just the one. I wonder if we're going to have any at all, or if we'll have quite a few.
Okay, so like we did last time, let's write down each other's as we go.
Yeah.
And then we can basically have the list in front of us, and we'll work through it. And we'll take in turns picking Pokemon we think should stay, Pokemon we think should go, Pokemon that, and we'll debate reasons why we like them.
Sweet.
Okay,
Alright,
cool.
Did you want to start?
Yeah, let's make this quick, and we'll do a Pokemon each.
Okay.
Okay, so the first Pokemon on my list is Pichu.
Nice. The first on my list is Misdreavus.
Nice. Okay, let me write that down. I nearly forgot
Cool.
my own rule. That Pokemon is not on my list.
Cool.
Next Pokemon on my list is Togepi.
I've also got Togepi.
Nice. What's the next one on yours?
The next one on my list is Houndoom.
Ooh, nice. Okay, I haven't got Houndoom. I'll write that down.
Sweet.
We're already off to a better start than we were last time. The next Pokemon on my list is Ampharos.
I've also got an Ampharos on my team.
I knew you'd have that one. Cool. What's the next one on yours?
Next one on my list is Tyranitar.
I don't have Tyranitar. He nearly made the list, but
Oh,
I took him off at the last minute.
fair enough.
The next Pokemon on my list is Blossom.
Oh, nice. The next one on my list is Celebi.
Oh, I don't have Celebi. Nice. The next Pokemon on my list is Azumarill.
I knew you'd had Azumarill.
You knew it.
The next one on my list is Sneasel.
Oh, I didn't put Sneasel, funnily enough.
What's next for you, Tom?
Next for me is Quagsire.
Quagsire. Nice. Next one for me is Murkrow.
Oh, I don't have Murkrow either. Okay, now we're getting into it.
Yeah.
The next one for me is Umbreon.
Oh, I knew you'd have like an evolution.
You know, you've got to have that Edgelord Pokemon, the best one.
Next one for me is Zaytu.
Ooh, I don't have Zaytu on here.
I thought you might.
No, I know we both used him in the Gen 2 playthrough that we did.
Yeah.
I remember that because I picked it up thinking this would be a unique one that Matt won't have. And then
And I had it.
it got to the end and we both had it. That kept happening to us, I swear.
Yeah, we just like similar Pokemon.
The next Pokemon on my list is Shuckle.
Shaco!
Yeah.
Sweet. The next one on my list is Ampharos.
Okay,
cool.
cool.
Got.
Next one on my list is Slowking.
Ooh. Okay. Nice. Then I've got Togepi.
Cool. The next one on my list, or the last one on my list, sorry, is Mantine.
I thought Mantine might be on there. And the last one on my list is Kingdra.
Kingdra. Ooh. That's cool.
Sweet. So we've got some pretty cool Pokemon on there.
Yeah, we do.
But now we need to narrow this down.
Alright, okay, so should we start with you? Why don't you pick one on this list you think shouldn't be on there?
If I've got to pick out of... I'm going to pick one from my list.
Oh, okay.
It's the last one I picked.
What, Kingdra?
It was Murkrow.
Oh, Murkrow.
Out of all the Pokemon, it was the last one that I was like, okay, actually that can go on my list.
Yeah.
I do like a Murkrow. I like its design. I think it's pretty cool. I like the fact that it's quite dark.
Yeah.
Because I like my dark things. But it's not one that stood out to me massively. But it stood out enough to make the 10 for me.
I think it's a Pokemon that, on its own, in Gen 2, is very underwhelming and very... I don't know, I felt kind of like a pointless Pokemon. It came into its own in Gen 4 when it evolved into Honchkrow, so I have to agree that I don't think Murkrow belongs on this list just because it's not good on its own merits. I think the design's really cool and I think it's a cool Pokemon, but I mean, that's the only thing that's got going for it, is that its appearance is cool, you know?
Yeah, it gets better later on.
Okay, so seeing as you're cutting Pokemon from your list, I'll cut one from mine. I'm going to cut Pichu off my list straight away, because I do like Pichu, but I think it's just one of those Pokemon that I think not everybody loves. I think it's a really cute baby Pokemon, but it's not as iconic as, say, like Togepi is to this generation.
I'm not a massive fan of the baby Pokemon anyway, with the exception of Togepi.
Okay, so at the moment we've got how many Pokemon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 Pokemon left to debate on.
Sweet.
Those Pokemon are Togepi, Ampharos, Blossom, Azumarill, Quagsire, Umbreon, Shuckle, Slowking, Mantine, Mischievous, Houndoom, Tyranitar, Celebi, Sneasel, Xatu, and Kingdra.
Sweet.
Okay, let's go for Pokemon we want to see on this list at the end.
Okay. I'm gonna say that I definitely want Ampharos on this list.
Okay. What's your reasoning?
He's a tank. He's a beast. I just love Ampharos. Every time I play through Gen 2, I have to get myself an Ampharos. I don't really have any other argument apart from that.
I think Ampharos 100% needs to be on this list. I love that it evolves from like a cute little sheep into like this like upright standing ram that like is just such a cool like partner kind of Pokemon. I love that it has a storyline in Gold and Silver where it's part of the lighthouse and you have to
Oh yeah,
heal
it does.
when it's sick.
Yeah.
Also, I know this isn't a Gen 2 thing, but Ampharos becomes such a cooler Pokemon as well when it gets a Mega Evolution in Gen 6 and it gets the giant hair and it turns into a dragon electric type.
That's so cool.
It's one of the coolest Pokemon out there. Like this design is amazing. It's just a quintessential amazing Pokemon.
It is incredible.
To not have it on this list would be kind of an insult to Gen 2 if you ask me.
Yeah, I agree with you. So what would you like to stay on this in our top 10?
I'm going to get this out of the way now because it's 100% going on this list, and that's Togepi.
Yeah, that's fine. I agree with you.
The fact that both of us have voted for these last two Pokemon is says enough, but also the fact that Togepi was the first proper mystery Pokemon in this game other than maybe Mew, because it was a Pokemon that appeared first in the anime, like back in Gen 1, that you couldn't get hold of until Gen 2. It was the first baby Pokemon. It had so much mystery around it. Like, the only other
Everyone
Pokemon
sort of wanted a Togepi but didn't realise that it wasn't actually in Gen 1.
Yeah, it was, other than Marill, it was one of the only Pokemon that had that sort of star factor going for it before its time, and like it's just its potential is incredible. Like you have to really work to evolve it and to look after it and keep it from an egg, and like it's just such a great mechanic. And Togekiss is one of the best Pokemon in the game at the moment, and like it's just Togepi is one of the best Pokemon.
Love it.
Plus it's super cute.
Yeah, it is.
All right, elimination time. Who are we taking off?
Oh, here we go. This is getting difficult already.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for Quagsire.
Ooh, okay.
I don't know why. I just really dislike it. It looks a bit derpy.
Yeah.
I've never used one, so I don't know. Perhaps I'd have a different opinion if I did use it. I just feel like it's a fairly bog standard design as well.
Okay, that's fair. I will say it will come off the list, but the reason it was on this list is because a lot of the reasons I love the fact that it's derpy. I love how derpy it is. It's just such a cute little thing, and I love the. I used to have this idea when I was quite a while ago now, like probably about 10 years ago, that like one of my main partner Pokemon was a Quagsire that just followed me around, and it was just kind of derpy. It just hung out and like watching TV and stuff, and like
just chilling.
Yeah, like it wasn't much of a battler, and like it was just cute and just cool to have around.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, in the games, I'm not actually that keen on using it because it's a bit slow and it's also 4 times weak to grass. But it is very strong once you can get it going. But you need to get it going first. So yeah, okay, I'll take that Pokemon off. I'm happy.
Cool. What would you like to see go, Tom?
Sneasel, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think Sneasel has a lot going for it in this gen. I mean,
I like its design, but it's...
See, I'm not even that keen on Sneasel's design.
It's nothing special.
I think Sneasel's cool, but I think Weavile's way cooler. And I just don't know how I feel about Sneasel as a Pokemon. Like, when we played through Gen 2, I didn't want a Sneasel because it wasn't a Weavile. You know what I mean? Like, it's just...
I think I kind of wanted one because they were sort of hard to get hold of.
Yeah, but they're also just so frail. Like, they go down to one hit. Like, just a gust of wind can just knock them out. Like, it's just... Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I'm not that keen on it, if I'm honest. I love Dark and Ice types, and I love Weavile, but I just don't get that same feeling when I look at a Sneasel.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So, should I pick something that I want to stay on the list?
Sure.
I think Mischievous should stay on the list.
Oh, interesting.
I don't really have a valid argument. because I quite like it. It's a ghost type.
See,
Um,
I gotta cut in here. I feel like the same reason that we cut Murkrow off the list is the same reason I think we should cut Mischievous off the list, because it doesn't have
oh,
too much going for it until you get into Gen 4 when it evolves.
yeah,
And I know this isn't Mistrevous's fault, but I'm mad as hell that in Gen 2 they brought out this new ghost type Pokemon and they had a ghost type gym who didn't use the one new ghost type Pokemon they had in there. He still
yeah.
used
That
Ghastly
was a bit
Haunter
annoying
Gengar.
as well because right up until the end of the game, I had no idea that Mischievous even existed until I
Yeah,
found it in the end cave,
I
like
just
Mount
feel like
Silver.
Mischievous potential was completely wasted in Gen 2, and like to put it on a Gen 2 list is just a bit. I don't know. Like I feel like it's the same reason why I wanted Quagsire on the list. It's just a personally cool Pokemon, but when we're talking about the top 10 best Johto Pokemon, I'm sorry, I know this is attacking your your decision, but like
No,
that's
that's
kind of what
fair.
this debate is about.
I'm actually seeing your point, and actually, I'm agreeing with you. Although I really like it as a Pokemon,
I love
you
Mischievous,
don't
don't get me
really
wrong.
see it.
Yeah,
Like
to
you
me,
get to
it's.
spend about 5 minutes with it.
I feel like when you look back on these lists of top 10 Pokemon from the regions, there's like a nostalgia to it, but I feel like Mischievous becomes a easily forgotten and just a non existent Pokemon in Gen 2 almost.
Well, it's locked away, isn't it? You don't see it until the end of the game,
Yeah, exactly. And by that
and like
point,
the full on
there
end
are
of
a
the
lot
game.
stronger Pokemon you can use because it hasn't got access to an evolution. It hasn't got. It's just it misses out on so many marks. If they put it in the early stage of the game, I feel like it might have a chance to be on this list. But it's almost a case of too little, too late by the time you get one.
Okay, so we'll take Mischievous off the list then.
Sorry, buddy.
That's fine. No, I agree.
I mean, feel free to cut in this brutally when I recommend my next Pokemon, which is
Okay.
Mantine.
No, I actually quite like Mantine, to be
Really?
fair. Yeah.
I feel like it's one of those Pokemon that is very easily forgotten about, but I always have loved ever since I first saw it. I loved the idea that you had a Remoraid like stuck to it. Like it had so much like kind
Underneath.
of it had lore that you had to kind of work out yourself, like like story and like personality that wasn't clear, but you had to kind of work it out for yourself. And I loved that it was like a Pokemon that was really rare in one version of the game in the Whirl Islands. It was just so unique, and
Yeah.
water and flying type is really cool as well. I was always sad it couldn't actually learn fly, but obviously I get why.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just really love Mantine. Like I still, when I play Gen 2, I use one. I'm pretty sure when we played Gold Silver together, I had a Mantine. I can't remember.
Fair enough.
I feel like I picked the game with Mantine in it just so I could have one.
Fair.
That's how
Yeah,
much I love it.
I can imagine. That's
I
fair.
mean, if you have no objection to it, I feel like Mantine should go on the list.
I've already put it onto the list.
Okay, cool.
So
So
there he is
far,
staying.
so far on the list we have Togepi, Ampharos, and Mantine.
Yeah.
And we've still got a few to knock off. So who
Yes,
are we
we
knocking
do.
off?
Um. Oh, let's have a look.
So what? I'm gonna take one off my list first.
Okay,
Sorry, I'm gonna
go
take
for it.
Shuckle.
Yeah, okay.
Shuckle is a personal one that I really love. It's one of my favorite Pokemon. I think it's great. I recently beat you in a Pokemon battle using a Shuckle.
You
Actually,
did.
it was barely even the Shuckle by the time I got to it. It was
No.
Hatterene, but
Yeah.
the whole team was centered around Trick Room, Power Trick, Shuckle, and it that thing is so good.
It is very good.
If you can get it going, otherwise it's
Yeah.
a shitstorm. It's so bad. Like it's just. But yeah, if you can get it going, it's great. But I don't think it really has that much potential in Gen 2.
You get it given to you if you speak to somebody, but
Yeah,
like if you don't speak to that person, you could go the whole way through the game and not even realize that it exists.
I kind of like it for that reason, but also,
Yeah.
yeah, I just don't think it's really a standout Pokemon from that gen.
It's not one that like whereas Togepi you get the egg given to you, you walk around, you hatch it, and then you kind of want to like level it up because you spent so much time hatching
Yeah,
it.
you build a
Whereas
bond with it.
Shuckle's given to you, and
It, yeah,
I put it straight in the PC.
yeah, I get that. Me too. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I have struck him from the list. Goodbye, Shuckle.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna remove one from my own list.
Okay,
Um, I'm gonna take off Kingdra. The only reason I picked Kingdra is
okay,
because it's an evolution from Gen 1. Um,
that's true. There's a couple on here already that are from that as well.
yeah.
So I guess it's the worst of the best. Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I mean, I like it as a Pokemon. I like its design. It's like a beefed up. Like you get Horsey that looks quite cute, and then you've got like Seadra, and then King's was just this big beastie sort of.
Yeah.
Looks quite threatening, and it is powerful, but I'm just not that all about it.
I think in Gen 2, Kingdra was a great Pokemon because there was no Fairy type, and literally the only... it was Ice type hit normally because it was part Water type.
Yeah.
Like, the best counter for a Kingdra was a Kingdra because, like, they both countered each other so well. If you couldn't sending a Dragonite against it because it was a Kingdra, it could use Ice Beam, it could use all these kind of moves that were really powerful against, like, other Dragon types. So the best counter for a Kingdra was another Kingdra, which made it really strong. It was a cool signature Pokemon of the last Gym Leader Claire, but I don't. Yeah, I gotta agree. I don't think it's a great Pokemon. It hasn't stood up to the test of time. It's almost completely forgotten about now. I feel like that's a Pokemon that needs something being done to either its stats or its move pool just to bring it back to the limelight, because it is a really cool Pokemon, but it's just underwhelming.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gone.
Matt, we've only got one more Pokemon to cut off this list before we've hit 10 Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Is there one that you would like to remove?
Let's both decide on a Pokemon each that we think should go off this list.
Okay.
For me, I can't decide, to be honest, Matt, between Houndoom and Celebi.
Oh.
What about you?
I was going to suggest Blossom.
Okay.
I have no arguments as to why.
See, I love Blossom. I think it's a great Pokemon. I really love how it was a split evolution from a Pokemon that previously evolved. You had to evolve a Gloom with a Sunstone, and I love the fact that it goes from this kind of like this smelly kind of like poisonous fungus Pokemon to this like pure grass type, like cute little ray of sunshine because of the Sunstone, and like it loses its poison typing because it becomes basically like cured by the sun from its poison status, and like just becomes this like cute. It gets smaller, like it just becomes like a very cute like Pokemon.
I think that's why I dislike it, is because it's a bit of a pain
turned its back on its heritage.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why I dislike it, is just because I don't know. I dislike change. You probably noticed that with me.
Yeah.
Over the many years we've been friends, I'm not a fan of change, and so when they changed it up and they were like, "Oh, it can actually evolve into this instead," it's like, no, I don't like that.
Do you know what? I'm gonna let Blossom go, not for those reasons, but because there are already two Pokemon on this list that evolve in a similar-ish way, and if it's between Slowking and Blossom, it's got to be Slowking, I think. Right, okay, I will strike him from the list.
Okay.
Okay, so now we have 10 Pokemon. So our list contains Togepi, Ampharos, Azumarill, Umbreon, Slowking, Mantine, Houndoom, Tyranitar, Celebi, and Xatu.
Sweet.
Right, now we've got to rank these boys.
Yes, we do.
Who do you think deserves the number 10 slot?
So the worst of the best.
The worst of the best. Who is the worst of the best?
Oh, crikey.
I've got an idea.
Go on.
At the moment. I think Mantine should be the number 10.
Okay, that's fine.
I think Mantine's a good Pokemon, but it doesn't really have much of a leg to stand on when you compare it to the rest of these Pokemon on the list.
That's fair enough.
I think it's a really cool Pokemon. I personally love it, but I feel like that's where it ends.
Okay, that's fair.
Personally. Okay, are you happy with that?
Yeah, I was going to go in with Houndoom at number 9.
I was going to say the same thing. I think it's a cool design, a cool typing, Fire and Dark, but it's not overly that strong, and it doesn't get really cool until Gen 6 when it Mega Evolves as well.
Yeah.
But
cool.
It is a cool Pokemon.
So who are we putting at number 8, Tom?
Number 8. Number 8 should be Azumarill.
Okay.
Based on Gen 2. The fact that in Gen 2 it doesn't have a fairy type yet. It doesn't have... I mean, obviously we're talking about it in general, like it is a water fairy type now, but like in Gen
in
2,
Gen
for
2.
example, and Gen 4, it didn't have its fairy type. It didn't have half the usage that it has now because it wasn't very strong. Like, it gets so strong in Gen 6 onwards, but like, yeah, I feel like back then it wasn't very good, so it's only just become a good Pokemon now.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Um,
I would agree.
yeah, I personally love it. It's one of my favorite Pokemon as well. Like, it's on my fantasy party in my head, and Azumarill's got to be in there, but like, that's kind of it.
Fair enough.
It's personal. Okay.
Number 7, I'm going to put for Zatu.
Okay.
Um,
For me, it was either Xatu or Celebi.
okay, so should we do Zatu 7, Celebi 6?
Yeah, okay. I think
Yeah,
Xatu's a really good personal one for you and I think its design is really cool.
I really do like it. I think, like, when I first played through Silver as a kid, I remember hitting, like, the Elite Four and seeing this, like, psychic bird.
Yeah,
And I don't know, I think the way it's designed, it sort of looks like it should be like an ancient kind of old.
yeah. It looks like something you see on like a hieroglyph or
That's it, yeah. It just looked really mysterious, and I was like, I really want that Pokemon.
yeah,
And then when I learned that it evolved from Natu, which you can get in the ruins early on, I was amazed that you could just get this like mini version. It's just like a little round ball with a beak.
yeah.
I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
But
I think it's
as a
great.
Pokemon, like battle wise, it's alright.
Yeah, it's all right. I feel like for me, it's a very personal one because of our run through a Gen 2 together when we both tried to get a unique Pokemon on our team and we ended up getting the same Pokemon.
Yeah,
And it did a good job on my team, actually. Once it eventually learned Psychic at like level 59, I think it
I
was.
think that's
God.
the problem is because it learns Psychic as a Psychic type at such a late level.
Yeah, way too late. It should have learned that at level 40. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
but yeah, it's good. Celebi is one of my least favourite of the mythical Pokemon. I think it's nice. I really like the shiny one I got, the little rhubarb coloured one. But like,
Rhubarb, Celebi.
to me, it's a Pokemon that just doesn't. I never have a desire to use it. I never have a desire to really want it. Like, I like the mystery about it in like the Ilex Forest and things like that. But like,
Yeah,
that's kind of it. It doesn't do a lot for me.
no, that's fair.
So I feel like that should be our number 6.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so we still need to rank Tyranitar, Slowking, Umbreon, Ampharos, and Togepi.
Any suggestions for number 5?
Help me out, okay, because I can't decide between Tyranitar and Slowking.
I would personally put Slowking 5 and Tyranitar 4.
Okay. Looks wise, I way prefer a Slowking,
Okay.
but utility, I guess Tyranitar is just a much stronger, better Pokemon. Like, I can't
It's
wait. Sorry, go on.
it's like almost like a legendary, but not like a pseudo legendary. Just sort
Yeah.
of really OP, really
Yeah,
strong.
it's the Dragonite of this gen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I could see that. I really love Slowking, though. I love its like I think Slowbro's a really cool Pokemon, but when they announced Slowking and they put like the shell on his head instead, and he stood upright and became like really like intelligent, I loved that. Like, it's such an amazingly cool Pokemon design. I think it's one of the best Pokemon designs ever made.
I do
Um,
quite like a Slowking. I think they are very good.
I cannot wait to see what they do with Galarian Slowking and the new thing, because have you noticed? We haven't really talked about this before, but you know the Galarian Slowpoke that you get in Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
Have you noticed it's not a water type anymore? It's just a pure psychic type. It's
Yeah.
lost. I've been trying to guess what I think the extra type's going to be when it evolves. I feel like it's going to be split. I don't think they're both going to be the same. I don't think you're going to have two water psychic types like you used to. It's going to be psychic and something else. One of them though, I've got a very strong feeling it's going to be psychic and poison.
You reckon?
Based on the fact that when you get your Slowpoke from the station, it knows the move Acid, and I always found that a bit weird that it had Acid. So I looked up a Kanto Slowpoke and what moves it learns. It doesn't learn Acid anywhere. So
Okay. So that
that's
would
like a big
suggest,
tell.
yeah.
Poison. I don't know which one's going to get poison and which one isn't, or whether they're both going to get poison. I hope they don't both get poison. I hope one of them gets something called like electric or something. Would be sick. Like,
That would be cool.
But I can't wait to see what they do with an updated Slowking design.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see where they go with that.
Right, anyway, that being said, okay, so Slowking is number 5. Tyranitar is number 4.
number 4. So
Umbreon,
fighting for
Togepi,
third
Ampharos.
place is Umbreon, Togepi, or Ampharos.
I'm going to put Togepi forward first.
I was
straight
just
away.
about to say.
Okay, cool. So we're in agreement. I can feel this list has already ended, but yeah, I think Togepi's a really great Pokemon. We don't really need to say too much more about it. We've said everything that needs to be said.
Yeah.
I just think Togepi's an iconic Gen 2 cute Pokemon.
Exactly. You think Gen 2, you think Togepi.
Okay, so I know that you're going to want to put Umbreon at number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I think Umbreon's fantastic. It's one of the coolest designs. Its shiny is like the most iconic shiny of all Pokemon, I feel like, other than maybe Black Charizard, but like the fact that it goes from like the yellowy golden like rings to blue rings, so it's like black and blue, is just so like
It's like a light blue as well, isn't it?
It's like the emo king.
Blue. Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. I think it's a great Pokemon.
I
one
do
of my
like
favorites.
it. Thinking of Gen 2, I remember hating it mainly because I couldn't get it, because it was really difficult to get
Yep.
as a kid. And then obviously when you learn how to get it, it's still a bit tricky, but...
Yeah. It became a very good stally Pokemon with Toxic and Protect and things like that. Like,
yes,
and
yeah,
it
definitely.
only got better as time went on when you could breed moves like Wish and I can't think what the other move is. Sorry, I want to say no. I actually can't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wish, Protect, and Toxic was like a great free move, and there was a fourth one that I can't remember. But yeah, really great Pokemon. Which leaves
feel
number
like
1. Oh, sorry.
Most evolutions are always worth mentioning, though. Like, it's just a very good...
But it's funny, neither of us mentioned Espeon.
If you think about the Gen 2, though, you immediately think Umbreon.
It's true.
Espeon's the kind of forgotten about one.
I used to love Espeon way more than Umbreon when I was a kid, but as time's gone on, I've really started to appreciate how cool Umbreon is.
I think they're all still relevant as well, don't they? Because people are obsessed with the evolution line.
Yeah, it's true. I remember having this really realistic Pokemon dream once that I had an Umbreon, and it was very, very realistic, and I loved it. And that was the moment that kind of turned me on to Umbreon. I think I was like, actually, Umbreon's a really cool Pokemon.
I want one.
Which leaves our number 1 slot as Ampharos.
Oh, yeah.
Ampharos deserves that top spot. It's a Pokemon you get early on in the game, and it just stays with you for the whole journey because it's so strong.
I just love it.
I do. I think it's a great Pokemon. I think it deserves that spot.
Yeah.
Alright, so the list is as follows. At number 10, Mantine, followed by Houndoom, followed by Azumarill, followed by Xatu, followed by Celebi, followed by Slowking, followed by Tyranitar, followed by Togepi, followed by Umbreon, followed by Ampharos.
Nice.
Great list. I'm happy with this.
I like this.
Top 10 Johto Pokemon. We need to make some graphs about the top Pokemon that we do and put them on like Instagram and stuff.
Yeah, we should.
Speaking of Instagram, we are on Instagram and Twitter at pokemonpayday. Head over there. I try to post it every few days or so, just like little updates of the podcast and things like that.
Nice.
Yeah, check us out. It's a good time. We are back on the Pokemon Crossroads website's podcast roundup every month or every week now, which is awesome. We used to be on there, and they used to kind of advertise our podcast every week or month, and now they're doing it again. So that's good on you guys. I'm so happy that you guys picked up on us so quickly after us returning, and you put us back in.
Thanks very much, guys.
Really appreciate you guys. Pokemon Crossroads, shout out. Thank you.
Awesome, man.
Okay, Matt, let's round up the show.
Let's do it.
What are your plans for the next month? For May?
I really don't know. With this current quarantine, it's quite difficult.
Have you got anything you want to play? Anything you want to do? Like,
I'm probably going to finish off the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Nice.
Although I don't want to complete it too quickly. I want to get my money's worth.
Yeah, I get you.
I'm going to hopefully get Pokemon Y back out and continue with that.
You should. That's a great game to play.
But obviously 7 remake is the most important thing at the moment.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I guess I'm just going to try and enjoy the sunshine whilst staying inside or like restricted to the balcony.
Yeah, that's cool. Myself, I don't have a lot of plans. I'm going to continue playing Pokemon quite casually like I have been.
Nice.
Whether or not I carry on with Platinum is up in the air at the moment. I do want to play Heart Gold and Soul Silver, but I actually got him out to play, and then I was like, I want to play with the Pokewalker, and at the moment I'm not walking a lot, and I'm not going outside, so once all this is over and I can walk around with the Pokewalker, I will probably get onto that game.
That's fair.
But I'm just going to chill.
Heart Gold here, so I'll be quite interested to play that, because I do like Gen 2.
Yeah, me too. Basically, my plan for this month is to become best friends with my little buddy Thrifty in Pokemon Go.
Oh, little Purloin.
Me and Purloin. Yep, we're going to be good friends.
Sweet.
Best friends.
Best friends forever. Nice.
All right. Thanks so much for listening, guys. And Matt, thanks so much for doing this with me.
No worries. Thanks for having me as always.
And we will be back at the end of next month, which will be... What even is that date?
I don't even know.
The last Friday of May is...
I feel like I'm stuck in a weird time zone of not even know what day it is.
We've got 5 Fridays this month. So the 29th. You've got to wait a little bit longer. But yeah, the 29th of May.
Nice.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for checking us out. And make sure you check us out on Twitter and Instagram at pokemonpayday. Reach out to us.
Yeah, please do. And let us know what you think.
Cool. Thanks so much. And we will catch you in 5 weeks. Damn.
See you in 5 weeks, guys.
See ya.
Stay safe. Bye.
Stay safe.